Tahoe Kids Show.
And we're at station number 3 here, South Lake Tahoe Fire Department. We've got Carl Keppen here, and we got a few questions for Carl, don't we, Zoe?
What happens if I catch on fire?
Well, if you were to catch on fire, you'd want to stop. You want to cover your face and your mouth so you don't inhale any smoke. Drop and roll back and forth, which is going to smother the fire.
So Carl, tell us how important it is to have an escape plan in your house in case of a fire.
Well, it's very important to have an escape plan, especially if you have small children. And if you have 1- or 2-story homes, depending on where the living arrangements are, it's always nice to have an escape plan and a meeting place. So if there was an emergency and you got out of the house, you would all meet in the same place.
What happens if the door is on fire and the window?
The door and the window. Well, is the fire inside your room or is it outside your room? So is the door on fire outside? You probably want to stay inside. But if the door is on fire inside, then you're probably not going to want to stay in there too long. And hopefully the fire department's coming, somebody is called, and we can get in there and get you before the fire gets you.
So Carl, tell us a few of the fire calls that you guys go out on.
Well, not only do we go on residential or house fires, we go on commercial fires, we can go on wildland fires. We had the big Angora fire here a few years ago, which we were part of, along with all the other fire agencies in the basin, which was a devastating fire. We can go on boat fires out on the lake or at the docks, vehicle fires. There's any kind of fire we can go on.
When should I call 911?
Well, you should only call 911 when there's an emergency, because the dispatchers are very busy, and if someone calls 911 and they don't have an emergency, now they're taking time for a non-emergency when there could be a real emergency, and now they have to send somebody by your house to check up, and there may not be an emergency. So it's really important only to use it when you need it.
So Carl, tell us what you guys do when you're not on a fire.
Well, when we're not on fires, we don't just go to fires. We also go to car accidents. We go to hazmat incidents. We go to calls on the lakes. We go to fires in other states, other counties, so we get sent out of the area. And then we also we do business inspections. We do training. There's lots of training that we do to keep up all the certs that we have to have that were required by the state. So there's lots of other things that we do besides just put out fires.
Carl, what do I do if I find matches or a lighter?
Well, if you find matches or a lighter, the main thing you'd want to do is give them to an adult. You don't want to play with them or experiment with them, okay? That's the main thing.
Can I drive the truck now?
I'll tell you what, Zoe, if your feet can reach the pedals, you can drive the truck.
We'll be right back with more of the Tahoe Kids shows right after this.